Hello guys, and I'm David Stankiewicz, and I have this assignment for procedural programming to make a slideshow, and I'm gonna show you the code and the whole slideshow. But let's start with the slideshow, I guess. Yay, it's first slow. So yeah, you'll see how, and I'll try to change a few things during the code, so we'll see how it kind of changes, and I can alter my slideshow too. But this, I think, this time it's the best one with the whole pictures, and I actually didn't draw them right now, and I drew these pictures when I was a kid. Don't crash, yay. Yeah, it did crash. Okay, let's try again. Fucking code. And yes, I drew these pictures with a tracing paper when I was a kid, so they kind of like some drawing graphics, but whatever, it's fine. Hopefully this time it doesn't crash, because, well, it crashes on the same spot usually, but, and I'm not sure why. Just maybe the picture is fucked up somehow, but it should be working. You'll probably see I didn't change anything, and it's just gonna work right now. Yeah, you see, it goes through the whole picture, and now we see the other thing that keeps crashing, but it should be working right now. You see a flash of picture, which is also like a transition. You can notice that the pictures are now vertical instead of horizontal when they were the first 5, but this is a nice transition too, but kind of doesn't work precisely. This is the unfinished picture that I didn't finish apparently when I was a kid. Okay, that's it. It should be go to the next one. Yes, okay, we can. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the code right now. I can see that the whole, wait for it, it's going smaller. The slideshow was a bit freezing, a bit laggy, but it's fine. It should be fine right now. Okay, so these are the pictures that well, maybe let's just go to desktop page. I use this of image code to get the images, and then I use the unsigned char for data, and of textures for text, a few floats. I'm actually, oh, okay, I'm using that counter for alpha and counter, and then integers for pic, total pixels, and other pictures, and then the total amount of pictures in our array, which is 10. It has 10 pictures, and I'm using 10 pictures. These are here. I call them here from the library, and these are the arrays for those pictures, which says just, okay, the first picture, they also work the same as array. You have the 0 one, then to the 9th one, then you just write get pixels, and it just gets pixels, I guess. And then I have this code, this line for allocating the height and the width and the color, which we are choosing the RGB colors, red, green, and blue, for this text, which we're gonna draw later on. And there's this, I'm just giving a few values for my integers for this one. It's 0 and 0. Oh, okay, this was a float. Anyways, this is an output screen which gets height and width and the amount of color that you want. We are using 3 colors, so we multiply it by 3. If we would go for 4 colors, then it just crashes for me either way. Then we have the picture. We also set to value 0, and then that type to 0 too. Then we have this data, which we assign as a new unsigned char, which has a value of this total pixels. I could have put this code, this output, well, whatever. Could have put it here, but then I would also need to keep writing as total pixels, what's the size of it, and as an integer into every code. So I found this very easier to work with if I just give the values outside the update function. Okay, so here is the update test void thing, and here I set the background to 0, which is gonna be a black, and then I have this if sentence for my counter, which goes to 600, and if it reaches 600, then it just sets the picture to the next one, and then goes for, and then sets other values to zeros as alpha and other pixels. Yeah, and the counter for this is just counter plus plus, which is at the end of this function. Here we have the switch case. Here I call it with modulus, big modulus 10, because if I could also make it work without those, but then it wouldn't loop. So I'd rather put it with 10, and it just keeps looping every time. And here's my first code for first case and for first transition, I guess. So here I just show, just showing the loop, for loop, which says integer I equal to 0, and if I is less than total pixels, then and also I plus plus. In that loop, it just goes, use that data from that out of this one as and I in there, and then it's equal to this picture and this picture. This is the second picture, I think, and this is the first picture, and it uses this alpha. When I multiply it, fades out, and this one is just fades in somehow. Second picture, and then an if sentence for the speed. So if the value of alpha is less than 1, it uses the speed, and basically it's always less than 1, I think. And when it reaches more, then it just breaks and goes to the next case. And the next case is literally the same transition, just with a different speed, and I change this value of alpha. It says alpha minus 1.0, and here it's 1.0 minus alpha. So I just changed this, and it gives a nice effect of transition through colors. Of course, it wasn't that nice when I had the same speed, so I had to trim down a bit. So it was a bit slower. Of course, in the video it's even more slower, but whatever. And in the next case, it scrolls down the picture down and showing the next picture, which is, well, you have seen that one. Anyways, I'm just gonna try to explain it. Here it's also for loop, where I say, I is equal to 0, and then it's less than other pixels, and then in that for loop it shows that the first picture. And is it the first picture? Yes, the first picture. And then another for loop which asks if for other pixel to be equal to I, and less than total pixels. And total pixels is this one, the size of the color and the whole thing. Where am I? Okay, I'm in 3rd second. Okay, and then it shows the first picture in the so if that's how it works. And then I have an if sentence, which is like, if this other pixel is lower than total pixel of this one, of this loop, then it should add this amount of lines to that current picture. So it goes down from the top, and gives the until it gives the output, then the second picture, which is this one. That's why it's sent it here. And I guess I put 1800 because of the speed. That's just basically what it does. It goes slower. And yeah, then there's, I think, yeah, this is the same simple fade out again, like in the first case in this one. Anyways, in the fourth phase case, I mean, there's another transition which has which moves picture from one side to another. And how it works is, well, again, we have for loop in which we just say, okay, show this eye data, this eye data whole thing, plus other pixel, which is the next picture, yes, and then equal to the modulus of 10 the same picture. Well, I think it's the next picture, that's the we equal I to. And then we have if sentence in the same loop that says, okay, if that I from modulus of 600 and times 3, which is just width, or is it height? No, it's height. No, it's width. It's width times 3, which is times 3 colors. So if that modulus is less than other pixels, it can also be just less, I guess. I don't remember if that's for this one. Anyway, then it runs this sentence, which just gives another picture, the second picture, and then if the other pixel is less than that wave and height and color, then it gives 6 more lines to the current picture. Well, fades out 6 more lines, so it goes to the right. Else it just gives the full picture. Well, here it's just if I had without this 400, then it just would give, I think it crashes at like middle of the picture. So this is the piece of code probably that gives all the trouble for me, and I couldn't figure out how to make it work otherwise, so just left it there. And you already saw how it crashes. It's probably not even the code that's the problem, but the whole program of OpenFrameWorks, so can't change much.